in the chat as we were watching the Western Conference Finals, the second overtime I believe we were in. Jack was saying in the chat, like, hey, keep your eye on this game, this like Angels versus A's game. And I was like, why do you keep bringing this up, man? Like, it's Angels versus A's game. Like, who cares? Like, and he was like tracking the outs or something. And then I checked the box score because he didn't want to say anything. And then I saw that this guy, JT Ginn, had a no-no going. And we had just started talking about the fact that so far this year there hasn't been a no-hitter. Basically been like a lack of them since RateGame started off, like since baseball came to RateGame. I think it was like mid-June 2024. There's been three no-hitters. One of them was a combined no-hitter. So there's been two true no-hitters. Dylan Cease, the guy on the Giants. Gosh, who is it? I just had this the other night. Cease and Blake Snell. Blake Snell on the Giants. That's right. Snell had one, and then Cease had one, I think, the same year in 2024. Yes. Relatively close to one another, too. So this would have been the first one of this year. And the first one so like true no-hitter since 2024. Because the last one was the combined no-hitter. And it was 0-0 going into the ninth. So the A's were kind of blowing it. Usually your boys pitching a no-hitter, you got to give them some run support. So we were kind of having a conversation like, okay, is this going to count if he goes 9 and it's still 0-0 and we go to extras? Would he pitch in extras? Has anybody ever done that? I'm sure somebody's done that. And he's at 104 pitches, as you can see down here. So they got the run for him, and he takes the mound in the ninth. He gives up a single pretty much immediately to Frazier. You see a guy's on base here, so it's over. But they kept him in, and this was in the span of like 90 seconds. He gives up the single, and then Neto comes up to the plate. And this is how the game ends.
Hitting for the first time. Here's a fly ball, center field. It's hit well. Bolte is back near the wall. It's gone! Unbelievable! What a finish! Zach Neto says goodnight to the A's, and JT Ginn walks it off with a home run.
That's like, as soon as you hear that sound, you got to be like.
Hitting for the first time. Here's a fly ball, center field. It's hit well. Bolte is back near the wall. It's gone! Unbelievable! What a finish! Zach Neto says goodnight to the A's, and JT Ginn walks it off with a home run.
What a turn of events. Crazy. Poor guy. Just like all the way up the mountain and just like launched off the mountain. Just in terms of like emotion and adrenaline. That's got to be like the biggest anticlimactic, like air out of a balloon kind of, my God, like cortisol spike. Ay. So that was happening. So that was happening after we got abducted by an alien. Let me see some takes from this. This was an 8-9. This poor fella. Here we go. Very rare when you see this. The losing team player of the game. Very rare. But of course, considering the circumstances, totally deserved. So unbelievably close. The closest to a no-hitter we've seen this season, and it came from JT Ginn. 8 innings without a hit and 2 strikes on Adam Frazier. Oh my God, he had 2 strikes on him. He bloops one into center field to end his hopes. Just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, Kotsay gives Ginn. Yeah, so why would you leave him in? That's like an auto yank. It's like, okay, man, you lost it, so let me preserve your arm and the win. Let's get the bullpen in there and get out of this one. And you didn't get the no hitter, but at least we got the lead. We got a 1-0 lead. So great job tonight. Gave it your all for sure. Very close, and we'll take it from here. We'll bring the bullpen in. Do they just not have a closer? Who's their closer? So you got to put this on Kotsay, right? Like you got to actually point a little finger here. Absolutely wild game. And even though it didn't turn out in his favor, certainly one for JTG. Yeah, I'll never forget that. You got Zach somehow figured out how to do italics, doing Sinatra lyrics here. Oh, you got to be fun. Poor guy, man. The number 1 hates me. You got to be effing kidding me. Yeah, man. Unfortunately not. Holy shit, dude. Crazy how things can change in an instant. Going from no-hitter to walk-off loss in the span of like 90 seconds is insane. Insane. So we just had like three different plays where like it just flipped the script of the game itself in seconds. Obviously the game ending goal from Newhook. Then this and Wemby's 3, I'll say those are the 3 that were just like shock and awe. 3 like totally different, a goal in hockey, a 3-point shot in basketball, and a walk-off homer in baseball. That's just like, wow. The only thing you're missing there is like a touchdown, like a massive kick in football, or like a walk-off touchdown, hole in one in golf. Like the play for each sport. It's like a big shot, buzzer beater in basketball to win the game, walk-off goal in hockey, walk-off home run. That's like your trifecta right there. And we got it all. Like pretty much we got it all last night. Only thing that OKC Spurs was missing was like a buzzer beater. That's what prevented me from giving it a 10, because it definitely was one of the best basketball games I've seen in recent memory, certainly since RateGame started.